Good morning, beautiful people. Today I'm going to do a WIP and Chat just to inform you about last week. Oh my god, what a year last week has been. Really? So much happened, and I was MIA for a week, and I felt a bit off because of that. Like, I like to do videos more frequently, but yeah, life came in between that. So I will tell you all about it in this WIP and Chat. So if you want to work along with me, WIP stands for work in progress. So you can do whatever you want, any type of craft or maybe something else, fold laundry, I don't know. I'm still working on this small one because this is the one that I work on while doing the whips and chats. Because I'm working on the mermaid, but that's such a big one, it's really difficult to get my angle the right way and everything. So that's why I'm working on this one. This is a small one by the company Hercules, and I love it. It's so tiny. It's 20 by 20. So yeah, I've got my Unimate tray that I got from Marty. So that's what I'm using. It's so great to have this. Now I'm like, why was I using all these other trays? They're so much better to line up your drills and everything. So, and I'm using two diamond painting pens because I've got a 7-placer on one and a 4-placer on one. So I do change it up. I've got my coffee. Ching ching. Skol. Na zdrowie. And let's begin. So, I don't even know where to start. So, I told you in a WIP and Chat before that I was planning on doing some studies, ortho, and I still cannot pronounce it, orthopedagogy, gogi, I don't know. It's it's difficult to pronounce. But anyways, so on Saturday, not this Saturday, but the Saturday before, there was an online info session. Yeah, I know I did it online because my husband had to work and I couldn't just leave the kids behind to go to Ghent. So I was able to get an online info session where I got the explanation about the dates that the days that you would have to go to school and how to apply for a volunteer's job so that you can get credits working in the field, and all that practical stuff, how it's reachable by train and bus and yeah, so all the good things, and what kind of people are suited for this type of line of work, and you know, you have to be a social person, you have to have empathy, you want to work with people, like, you know, so that stuff, and what you were going to get, which classes that you were going to get. So it was really, really, really interesting. So, but that's a graduate. So if those studies are finished after 2 years or 3 years, you can call yourself a graduate. And I said, well, I will have to do the 2 years traject because that way I can keep my allowance, and I don't have to work while I'm studying, because going to school for 2 days, sometimes 3 days in a week, then having to do 20 or 25 hours of work in the field, and then a job, that would be too much. I did it before, and believe me, that's with 4 kids, not doing that. But the lady said, yeah, you have to apply in the first you have to apply doing the 2 years traject, but if afterwards you feel like this is too much, I cannot handle this, you are able to change and go to the 3 years traject, so that you don't have to do as much as of the hours, but the only condition is that you first start in the 2 year. So I was really happy with all the information she gave. She was a really, really great lady. She used to work with kids that are on the spectrum. So, and that's something that I find very interesting, because she told us, like, of course, you have to have some type of knowledge of what kind of people you want to work with. Do you want to work with elderly people? Do you want to work with disabled people? Do you want to work with young people with special child care and everything? So, and I thought, yeah, that working with people on the spectrum, it seems to be very interesting. So I was really enthusiastic about everything that I learned on the info session. And I didn't talk to you about it in the unboxing. I did an unboxing on Monday, so that Van Gogh painting. So Monday was let's say Monday was just a easy day. Like, I did my chores, my kids went to school, so yeah. So, of course, I was planning on doing another unboxing that week, and doing a WIP and Chat, but actually I didn't even do much diamond painting because the week was so crazy. So Tuesday, I was thinking about doing another unboxing. So I was waiting for my husband to get up out of bed, because I don't want to be filming with him in the same room, because it feels a bit strange when I know he's listening to me. And so he got up. He was walking around in his underwear, like, do, and suddenly the doorbell rings, and I'm like, oh, there's a package. I don't know what. So, of course, I always expect diamond painting, but this time I opened the door, and my husband says, that's gonna be your bike, and I'm like, huh? I opened the door, and there's a man standing there with a huge truck. Well, not a car, but a truck. So in the UK you would call it lorry, I think. And he's like, yeah, I've got a very, very large package. So is this Mario de May? I said, yes. And I tell my husband, like, there's a package for you. And he says, oh, that's gonna be your bike. And I'm like, no. He's talking about something on a pallet. I don't know how to say that word in English, but it was a huge package. So I was convinced that it was the bed of Marie, because we got her a double size bed, because she's unable to sleep in a single size bed, because she falls out, or she moves around a lot in her bed. So we thought, yeah, to make sure that she has got good night's sleep, we got her a double bed. So I was convinced it was the bed. So I'm asking my husband, like, go and help that guy, but he was still in his underwear, and I'm like, here, put your t-shirt on. Here, put your socks on. He was, yeah, woman. Uh, like, and then he was combing his hair like nothing. And I said, come on, that guy will need some help. And he said, yeah, but it's gonna be your bike. You will see. I'm not, no, it's not my bike. But apparently it was my bike. And it's an electric bike. It's actually a race bike, but it's a race bike that you can use as a regular bike, but it's an electric one. So I was over the moon, of course, because I didn't think that it would be there that fast. But so we opened that box, and apparently the bike comes completely. You have to put it together. Oh, and I was like, oh no, because when me and my husband, we have to do something, put some things together, it's always a mess. And we end up having arguments like, no, you have to do it, but look at the picture and it says that, and you're doing it wrong. And then he's ordering me around like, take this and blah blah blah. So I was like, oh no. But so we started putting the bike together. We had to put in the wheel, we had to put on the saddle, and it's a carbon bike, so that means that you have to be very careful when you screw in the bolts, that you don't accidentally crack the carbon, and it's a whole mess. So it took a few hours because we have got look. It's really so. I've got a manual. Of course, those are all different languages, but this is one manual. You've got one to how to put it together, and you've got a manual telling you how to drive it and ride it, and then you've got a manual for accessories that you can put on the bike, and oh my god. So I was like, and he was telling me like, come on, help me. And I was like, I want to film an unboxing. So yeah, needless to say, by the time the bike was together, and of course I had to take it to a test drive. I'm really scared because it's electric. It can be dangerous. It can, on its own, it can get to a maximum of 25 kilometers per hour. But of course, when you're like riding very fast, like downhill, for example, you can go even faster. So I will have to be very careful and put on a helmet, of course. So this afternoon, I think I will go and take it for a spin, and I'm really happy about it that I have it, because that opens doors to go to work, so that I don't always have to take the bus or a train or everything, because some places I can get quicker on a bike than with the public transport. Really weird, but that's the God honest truth. So that was Tuesday. So I was really like, after the bike was together, I was like, okay, that's it, I'm done for today. I will film tomorrow. But then Wednesday came, and my kids come home from school in the afternoon, as will be the case with many of you. So in the afternoon, I got an email from the lady who is coaching me to get a job. And she says, Lenka, isn't this a job for you? And I read it and it was like, oh my God, this is super. Yes, please. So she sent me an email for a job at the Red Cross to actually welcome refugees, Ukrainian refugees. It's a job in Brussels. And you would have to be very good in English, and yeah, a Russian would be great if you could speak Russian, which I can't, or Ukrainian, is that the language? I don't know, but a Slavic language. I'm totally butchering this, but you know what I mean. It's necessary that you can communicate with the refugees, and it would have been for like 2 months, and I know it would have been very rough because it's late night shifts and everything, and it's in Brussels, so I have to get there. And but I was like, oh, for something like that, I'm willing to give that a try. So she said, okay, I will send your credentials and your information, and someone will call you. So of course I'm like, oh, I have to get my phone ready, so I'm not going to film because I want to have yeah, you know what I mean. I want to be able to pick up the phone whenever they call me. So I was like, okay, there goes Wednesday for filming. And I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. But nobody called. And I was like, well, that's awesome. Now I have been waiting for nothing, and I could have filmed, and then my kids were at home, and of course, with the kids at home, they weren't so noisy. It's a beautiful weather outside, so yeah. I don't think I have to explain that much. So Wednesday, no filming was done. Then on Thursday, first I get a call back finally from that particular agency. It's through an agency. So they called me and they said, yeah, are you still willing to do that job, and do you have the time, and do you feel like doing it? And I'm like, yeah, of course. That's if I can help in any way, I'm totally ready to do that, and it will be difficult to arrange it practically, but for me, what is it? I have to go a few miles. Those people ran away from their homes like so many more miles, so why would I be like, oh, I don't want to travel that far? Like, they left everything behind, everything. They some just came here with the clothes they had on, and oh, it's terrible. But anyway, so he called me. I said, yeah, and there's so we ask people that are emotionally mature. And I'm like, okay, emotionally mature, explain. Because of course I know what it means, but in regards to the job, he said, yeah, well, the things you will hear and see are very devastating. So you cannot take your job back to your home. And I'm like, okay, I understand. Like, when you're a nurse or a doctor, um, it's the same thing goes. You create a bond with people, and yeah, when you lose someone, when you lose a patient, it can be very devastating. And yeah, so I'm like, yeah, that's something you cannot ask someone to turn turn off their hearts, if you know what I mean. But I was like, yeah, of course, that's obvious. That's logical. But you will take it at home with you anyways. It's the way that you react to it that might be different. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand. Um, and he said, "How is your English?" I said, "I think my English is okay." So he said, "Okay, I will give the credentials to my supervisor and he will call you back." So I'm like, oh my god, couldn't that supervisor just contact me? Like, why does it have to be like a person, calls another person? So I'm like, okay, another waiting round, I guess. So that was Thursday. And so I start explaining to my husband, so yeah, I got this job offer, and it seems to be something that is just in my lane, and it's for the Red Cross. And you know, the Red Cross, you can volunteer at the Red Cross. So I thought, yeah, well, afterwards it can be great to already be a volunteer at the Red Cross, so it could be great for my studies and everything. And we were chit-chatting, and then I got an email from college. So I asked for my listings, so all the exams that I did and all the credits that so I asked a lady for my listings, my credits, so that I could check them and maybe give them to the new school to see if I could get some if it was necessary to do all the courses, you know. And I got that email and I just tossed it. Well, I just put it aside, and I was like, I didn't really open it. I was like, yeah, I know that I did good on my exams in the 3 years that I went, but the last exams weren't that great, so they made me do some more work, and I never did it. So I was like, yeah, probably I didn't get my degree, so I really don't want to know. I'm not going to look at that email. But something kept nagging inside me. I was like, yeah, I do want to see what kind of courses that I have taken and what my credits were. So I open this email. I go over to the credits for the 3rd year, and then I read that I got my degree. And I was like, what? What? I was so in disbelief, because I was thinking, because I quit after the end terms, I was so I was thinking I never got my degree because I left after the end terms, and I never got a message saying that, like, you have got your degree. I never got my we call it diploma. So I've got the listings now with the credits, but I don't have the diploma, the certificate. That's the word I was looking for, certificate. So I never got it because I moved from the city where I was into another city. So did it get lost in the mail? I wouldn't know what happened. But a side note to that is that the school that I was attending has changed its name, has changed location, and in 2011 the rules have changed. So they give your degree based on the overall 3 years. So maybe that's a thing that was positive for me. So maybe that's why it says that I have my degree. I don't know. But I cried out. I was like, what? What? So I go to my husband. He's in the garden. Well, he's doing some labor there. And I'm like, do you want to know something? And I show him my email on my cell phone. And I'm like, do you know that I've got my degree from college? And he was like, oh my God, you have to use that. I'm like, but really, I can't believe it. Is it true? I don't know. What can I do? I'm like, I was totally euphoric. I was like so euphoric I was dizzy. Like my head was like, ooh, and I get that way when I'm really happy. I get very dizzy in my head. It's really strange. So I was like, what now? That changes everything. So I contact my best friend immediately. I'm like, can I show you something? And she said, what? You have got your degree? And I said, yeah, after 20 years, I have never known. And now I get this paper. And do you think this is official? And she says, well, of course, if this is your list with your credits, it's official. And it has got the stamp and the autograph, yeah, anyway. Yeah, autograph of the principal of the school and everything, and it has got like this saying like credentials. Yeah, that I succeeded. So I'm like, I can't believe this. I really can't believe this after 20 years. But then I did not read the small letters because, wait, I will show you. Oh my God, I'm over the moon, over the moon. Where are the papers? Where did I put them? Yeah, I love you too. So it's all in Dutch, so you won't be able. So this is the stamp. So that's my first year. Then you've got your second year. Then you've got your third year. It says that I passed like 67. I know it's not like a huge deal, 67, but for me it was a huge deal because I worked and I did volunteering. So it was really, I had 3 years of non-stop working. I worked in the weekends, I worked on Sundays, I worked my ass off. So I was like, okay, and then here it says like, so this is the 23rd of June 2001, and the duplicate was given 15th of March. But then I start to read the small letters, and the small letters say, because this says graduate, see? The small letters say that this study is now, by law, a bachelor's degree. Oh my god, I almost started crying. I didn't cry because, I don't know, I was too happy to cry, but now I can cry. I still don't believe it. So I went back to my husband and I said, do you want to know something? I've got a bachelor's degree. He's like, what? I say, yeah, apparently those studies now are a bachelor's degree. So, I'm like, this is just impossible. It's too much. My brain cannot wrap around it, but I will take it. And yeah. So on Friday, I had to be in a team meeting, so with my coaches, and the goal of the meeting. So it was a meeting for 2 hours. And the goal of the meeting was that you would apply for jobs very intensively, and that at the end of the 2 hours, you would have applied for 3 jobs at least. So, one of the coaches, she tells me like, yeah, if there's any more questions or if someone wants to ask me something, please ask me to contact you and I will contact you. So I did. And I sent her over my listings with the credits, and oh, my coffee is cold. So and I say to her like, yeah, I've got a question. So it appears that I have my bachelor's degree, and in 20 years of me working some odd jobs everywhere, I now can prove that I'm actually capable of working as a bachelor. As a bachelor, do you say that? Well, you know what I mean. So that I can get paid more when I apply for a job. And actually, I can go look for jobs more in the field of social work, because that was what I always wanted to do. But then again, I never had the experience of working in the field. Well, I did for the 3 years I went to the college, but afterwards I did other types of jobs because I never knew. So she's like, are you serious? Everyone that I told was like, are you serious? This is not true. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, it's there, black on white. Like, I wouldn't make that up. So she said, well, then you have to contact all agencies and tell them that they have to start looking for different kinds of jobs. So I started looking myself. And so, but then Friday, of course, I was still in so much in disbelief that I was like, what if after asking for my certificate, they're gonna tell me like, oh no, sorry, a mistake has been made, and I was so scared to lose it again, and I still am. So I contacted my niece, who's a lawyer, And she told me, like, based on those credentials, you can ask for your certificates. So if I were you, just for your own peace of mind, I would just ask for my certificates, and that way you can make sure that everything is official. And I'm like, but what if they don't want to give it to me, and what if? She said, no, they can't take that away from you now, because you have got black on white that you have got enough credits to get your degree, which is true, because yeah, I calculated, and yeah. Um, and then again, if they would say no, it's only like 2 courses or 1 course that you would have to redo. So you could do this with a special commission, but I don't think they will ask that of you. And I would just mail them and ask them for a duplicate of your degree. I'm like, okay. So I did. So now I'm waiting for an email telling me what to do, and if that gets in, I'm going to make 100 photocopies of it. And I'm going to frame it. Because yeah, my niece, she said, like, and she's totally right. She said, what if at one point you want to start working for the government? Like some of the jobs in social work are actually by government agencies, so then you will have to show your certificate. Or what if you work somewhere in an agency and you can start working on another level, then they will ask of you to get your to show your certificate. So I was, yeah, like, yeah, you may be right. So I slept over it one night. That's what we say. We sleep on it, not over it. I slept on it, and yeah, then I said, okay, I will send an email just to ask for my certificates. So, but that opens a lot of doors, because of course I have got no experience, and it has been 20 years. But it will make it more easy for me to find a job. And actually, the school that I was going to, well, the education that I was going to get was for a graduate. But now I can look for something more specific and do a bachelor after bachelor. So they call it bachelor after bachelor, a banaba or something. Banaba. Yeah, we call it banaba. So it's a bachelor na bachelor. So and I've been looking around for that, of course, because I do want to find work in a social. I do want to do social work and help people, but now I can maybe do something that's more specific for the kind of people that I want to work with, and I so want to work with in with children, and specifically with children who have a difficult situation at home, or with children that are on the spectrum. So that's something that I would really want to do. So I'm now looking to do something more specific. So I will have to contact the school, the college where I was going to attend, and just ask them like, is there anything that can you give me some advice? Because some people say like, I feel like you should do those studies even though it's a graduate, because it's been a long time. After 20 years so much has changed, so you have no experience in the fields. But on the other hand, I feel like I'm still capable of taking on some of those jobs. So yeah, needless to say, I was, and I still am, and maybe that's why today I'm feeling a bit sad. I don't know why I'm feeling a bit sad. I should be overly happy, but it's maybe because my brain has been working nonstop just to think about my options and what I'm going to do next, because it changed everything. And on the other hand, I feel a lot of frustration that I didn't know that prior, and that I could have started working in something that I like years ago. And I'm feeling very afraid because I'm so scared that now they would tell me like, okay, there has been a mix up, and you know, those kind of things. And I have got all these questions in my head, like, what am I supposed to do now? Which way do I have to go? What kind of studies can I do? I started applying for jobs, of course. I did apply for a job in special youth care. I applied for a job as an animator in a home, like those kind of jobs, you know. And I hope that my credentials will be good enough. Some of those jobs don't ask for someone with experience in the fields, but of course everything that I learned was 20 years ago, so that might be something that people like. They're like, yeah, no, she's not a freshman, she's not fresh out of school, so that's something completely different. But it does show that I'm capable, and maybe that can change my life for the better. So yeah, that was my week. So I didn't do much diamond painting because I was looking up things on the internet, and I was, yeah, applying for jobs and talking with people of what to do next, and I still have no clue. The only thing now that I can do is just wait for an email about my certificates, and if I can get my certificates. And if I do, I'm going to go out and get myself a huge bottle of champagne and just drink it. And party. And dance on the table. No, I'm not going to dance on the table. The table might crack. But oh, I'm so happy and sad at the same time. And maybe I think it might be like, I don't think I'm bipolar, but I do have serious mood swings. Well, I used to have them a lot. Now it has stabilized a bit. I'm medicated, so because I have got an anxiety disorder, so that makes those swings less. So when I'm down, I'm not as down and as I used to be. But when I'm happy, I'm not like this euphoric, extremely happy. I'm just more balanced. And I think because last week I was so euphoric, I think that's why now I'm like more in the, and maybe those feelings of fear that I have are now yeah, that's my mood right now. I've got fear that this would be taken away from me, and I would find it very unfair because I know how hard I worked for it, and I did do my end terms, so, and my credits there were not too bad at all. So I'm really scared, and maybe that's why I feel like it's not sad. It's not like I'm going to cry or anything, but I do feel like there's this shadow hanging over me, and I want it to lift up as soon as possible. And maybe it's also because of the news from Ukraine that keeps haunting. And oh yeah, I didn't tell you what happened with that job at the Red Cross. So that guy called me. No, I called him back on Friday and I said, "Well, do you have news for me? How is it? Did you speak to your supervisor?" And he said, "Well, yeah, I still have to speak to my supervisor, but I will tell you up front that they changed the job offers, and they specifically ask for people that do not only speak English but also other languages, because apparently with only English it's very difficult to help the refugees, and I can understand." So he said when the application changes again to only English, then I will let you know. So sorry, I got called away by the mailman, and I've got a package from Diamond Dots. So this will be my next video, an unboxing. Yay! So yeah, about the Red Cross. So it was nada, but I do. He said I will take your name and put it on the list so that when the job offers change again to English speaking people, that I can contact you. And I said, yeah, that will be very nice. But in hindsight, I'm going to be very honest. I want to help people, and especially people from Ukraine and the refugees. But it would have been very, very hard to combine it with my household right now. And I know that's a luxury problem because I have my kids. My kids are safe with me. I've got my family. I've got my house, my everything. I've got my diamond paintings. I live a very good life, and I read some stories about a 17-year-old, so a Ukrainian 17-year-old girl. She told her story, and I was like, oh my god. Like the utter shock that some of those people must feel when they arrive in Belgium. It's like that they felt there, that are taking with them, and they arrive here in oh, and so I will find some other ways to help, and I will try to find a job in social work. I don't know if it will be possible, but anyways, I can try, can't I? I just can try. So that was the week. This week I will do much more for the channel. I do apologize for leaving you out to dry, or how do you say it? And it wasn't intentional, but yeah, I had to prepare myself mentally for the changes. And changes are good, but they're also scary. So, and the only constant in life is change. I know that. But now my future looks bright. I will wait for my certificate. I will try to find a job somewhere in social work. I have my bike that I can use now. Spring is in the country. We have got great temperatures. The sun is shining. My birds are doing great. Like, oh, he's so cute, the little one. Where is he? He does sleep a lot still, but that's normal because it's a baby bird. And Pikachu has laid 5 eggs already. Yeah, 5. Oh my god. But now I got smarter. Now I'm turning the eggs around every day so that I'm sure that they will survive. I will show you the birdies. Wait. Where is the little guy? Oh, there is little guy. Don't worry. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just showing you to the peoples. Where are you? So, but I will soon take him and put him in another cage like this one, because he's male also, so I don't want any fighting going on. But I saw that he can eat on his own, so the parents don't feed him anymore, so I will put some toys like that in his cage, and he loves this type of food. And where's Pikachu? I don't know if you can see her. She's on the nest. Where are you? There she is. So she is on the nest, brooding the 5 new eggs. Oh, but you are growing. He is so big. Look at him. He's so beautiful. I'm really curious to see if when the other eggs hatch, if they look the same. Because, yeah, he's so cute. So those are the canaries. Sun is shining. And I didn't do much diamond painting on this one. I started her body, and it's going, so this is the red hair. It's going to be magnificent, but since it's the 21st of March already, I don't know, she won't be finished in time. But I wasn't in it for the prices anyway. So but Dreamer Designs is, look at the way the sea looks. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. So I'm very happy about the quality of Dreamer's design. Look, that's I don't know what it is, if it's an oyster shell or just a pot, but this is where she keeps her jewels. And because I thought it was an oyster shell, I did put in some ABs. So that's the way that is looking. Her tail is almost, it is finished. So now I can start her body. So that is it. I've been on here for an hour already, so I thank you so much if you saw this till the end. I'm so very happy that I've got you guys. It does feel great to be able to vent a little bit, and I'm so happy you guys commented on my note yesterday. Is it a note? I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much always and forever for your support and your love and your friendship. I will be back with an unboxing tomorrow, if nothing seriously happens. You never know, but I will do my best. Hope you have a glorious, fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna show you this without a light pad. There you go. Okay, that is her. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Bye.